This is one of the most game-breaking bugs ever discovered in Bloons DD6, and in order for me to show you guys how it works, we're gonna start things off in Sandbox by me just buying a single giant condor beast handler. So I'm gonna send in 5 BFBs just to show you guys what the power of the giant condor currently is. And so what the bug essentially does is it gives this guy, well, infinite pierce, and that's what makes it so ridiculous, because by using this bug you can probably defeat or cheese every single map in Bloons DD6. And as you guys can see, this guy is kind of holding off 5 BFBs in total before like the last one makes it outside of its range. Now let's do the bug and show you guys how to pull it off and then what it does. Alright, now let me show you guys how to pull off the bug. And actually every time this thing happens, like the new bug is discovered, I'm so impressed by how like just someone discovers this and realizes that it's a bug. So you buy the giant condor and then you buy a bunch of small like base beast handlers. So let's just stop at like, I think I'm gonna buy like a couple more and then we're gonna stop. Yeah, that's probably gonna be fine. And then you upgrade all of these guys to 001. So don't upgrade them more than that. We only need like 1 beast power for all of these guys. So let me just upgrade all of them. And there we go. And you can actually do a bunch more of these beast handlers, by the way. I'm just not gonna be pushing it this time. And here's what you do. You merge up all of these beast power 1 beast handlers with the main one, with the giant condor. And we're starting with a beast power 1, or actually just the 001, because later on we're gonna have to upgrade them to the giant condor themselves. And so because there's a maximum of 64 beast power, if you max them, you're only gonna be able to merge like an extra 3 of them. So that's why we're starting with beast power 1. And once you've merged up all of these guys into the main giant condor, now upgrade all of them to the giant condor. So yeah, go like this. Let me just buy up and upgrade all of these giant condors, and then what you do next is actually the thing that triggers the bug, apparently. So we started around 94, and this is because in order for you to trigger the bug, you need to restart the last round, which is like, again, the most insane thing. Like, how do you even find this thing works like that? But yeah, we're gonna retry last round a couple of times, and that is going to apparently stack the pierce from all of these beast handlers onto the main one. So let me just sell the Ray of Doom, and then let's click start onto this one. So I've set these balloons to be a little bit faster than usual, so we're gonna lose on this one. We're gonna click retry last round, and then we're gonna do this a couple more times. So I'm not gonna push it too much, but apparently each time you lose and you click this button, retry last round, that is when the pierce from all of these beast handlers apparently stacks onto this guy, onto the giant condor that we have it merged with. So let me do it one last time. This is gonna be like the 5th time I think that I'm doing this, and yes, now we can, I'm pretty sure we can just, I guess let's just retry last round. Let's go to home, and now the bug is activated. Now obviously there's no indicator that the bug is activated, but if we go into the same thing that we did in Sandbox, all right, so let's do the exact same thing. Let's go like this. Let me buy the giant condor, and let's send in our 5 BFBs that we previously tried this with. So he was barely able to hold off 5 BFBs, and now let's see if the bug is active. And yes, it is. Look at this thing. Yes, it's holding all of them, which means that the pierce did indeed get increased and the bug is currently active. And the way that this bug apparently works, let me just, by the way, send in like 999 BFBs, and let's see what he's gonna, is he like gonna be able to hold off all of these guys, is my question. But yeah, at this point, like, the pierce is so high of this tower, and by the way, it is, oh my god, it's actually kind of holding them. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, so because the pierce of this giant condor is so high, you can essentially just stall like so many balloons at once, and this is like ultra cheese in whatever map that you're playing on, right? Because the balloons are just not gonna go anywhere, they're just gonna be kept in place. Now look at this thing. This is actually insane. We sent 999 BFVs and he's actually kind of holding them off. Alright, so let's actually just try it in a game and let's see how it's gonna perform. Let's actually try and do this on a dark path. So let me remove this obstacle here. I'm gonna have the beast handler, or at least the main beast handler, just like this. I think it doesn't matter if you merge it up with other beast handlers, so we're gonna merge it up, but just like a load. Do we like even need to merge it up, by the way, and get something else? I don't think so. So yeah, apparently the way that this bug works is as long as you are inside of BTE6, so you perform the bug and then you don't quit BTE6, then it is just gonna be fine. It's just gonna be left on. And let's actually see, I got the owl, and let's see if it works on these like other beast handlers before you get up to the condor. And then I'm not sure if it works on the Puakai, by the way, but we're not gonna be getting it anyways because this condor is just like insane by itself. And let's see if we're gonna be able to contain round 15. So oh, we are not actually containing 15. All right, I'm not sure if that's because like the first few tiers of the beast handler are kind of weak, so maybe that has something to do with this, or it just doesn't work on towers before we get to the condor. But you know what, I'm just gonna start merging this guy up anyways because this is gonna be our main defense. Yeah, this is just such an insane bug. I mean, come on guys, can we have an update in which we don't have a game breaking bug? I actually, you know what, I don't even mind. I actually enjoy these things so much because it's so fun. Let me get the second horned owl. So this is like a max power 6 out of 6 horned owl. Then we have the main one. And how much damage does this thing do? Actually, I can see it. I think it's like one-shotting yellows if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so as long as it's like not flying too far back and it's holding all these guys, I think it's completely fine. Yeah, we're gonna hold these rounds. All right, so we get the money for the golden eagle on this round, but does this guy pop let Bloons. I don't play the beast handler that much, guys, so let me actually not risk it. Let's buy the sniper, which we're gonna have anyways, right, for later on for the elite defender, so might as well buy it now. So far so good. Maybe we can notice some pierce differences in like the, oh my god, I think it actually does work on the previous way. This golden eagle is not supposed to be taking in all of these pink Bloons, right? I mean, look at what it does. Oh my god. Yup, I have a feeling that this bug actually increases the pierce on the previous pass. Oh my god, it's actually pulling all of these guys and it's taking them back. I think it does work. Alright, so 39, what do we do for the mob? Do we buy a max golden eagle and just have it, keep it in place, or do we pop it normally? I think we go for the max golden eagle, actually. Let's go like this. Let me buy the third one. We're just on the dot with the cash. So this is going to be a 24 out of 24. So this guy can now hold Moab class Bloons, or at least I should say just blue Moabs. And then the next one, the Condor, can actually hold BFBs and DDTs, which is really nice. It's going to make it so useful actually for like the super late game. But yeah, there we go. Here comes the Moab, and it's just being kept in place. And I cannot even wait to see what's going to be happening to like these more difficult rounds. All right, so this is 49. We're going to have a million Bloons. And actually something that I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this sniper to first. So it only focuses down like these weakest Bloons. And I want to test this guy's spears, the golden eagle spears. Is it actually going to be pulling out all these Bloons and just turning them back in? And I think it is, guys. I'm not even sure if this tower is supposed to be doing this. I am pretty sure this thing works in previous tiers. That is absolutely insane. Let me get to the giant Condor next then. So I guess the way that this pierce thing works with the beast handlers is that each Bloon occupies a certain amount of its pierce. So essentially it's not like a 1-for-1, right? If you give it +1 pierce, it's not going to be able to hold like +1 Moab class Bloon, right, is what I'm saying. And it seems to be actually holding all of these guys in place. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was able to do this thing before, by the way. So let me just get the giant Condor and let's get the party started, guys. Alright, so not sure how good this is going to be versus small Bloons, by the way, because there's a lot of them and they're quite fast. And he's going to have a little bit of a travel time, right? And the travel time is not getting improved by this. It's just the fact that it's just going to get a million pierce. Let's start saving up money for the Sun Avatar, and then I want to see how this thing performs versus 63, actually. Is it going to hold all of those ceramics by itself? So BFB 4 Moabs just getting pushed back. I'm pretty sure the Condor was able to do this anyway, so I'm not too impressed by this. And now we're going to start seeing some more small Moab class Bloons, just like in general Moabs incoming on these, like maybe not the 60s, but the 70s for sure, especially 75 and 77, right? So let's quickly deal with 62. I, by the way, still have this guy set on first. I'm going to keep him on first, and yeah, let's just get this round over with, and then we're going to go into 63. So let's see if it can actually hold all of these ceramics, and we're actually going to start popping some of them. Oh my god, look at this. So we're actually popping the ceramics into small Bloons, which is creating a lot of pierce problems for us. And look at this thing. It is actually holding them and is throwing all of them back. This is insane how much pierce we're giving this guy. It actually works, guys. So let's watch the third wave, and it's just gonna bam. It takes all of them and just pushes all of them back. That is insane how good this thing is with this bug. Oh my god. This is so unfair. No, this is like pure cheese in BT6. This is not supposed to be happening. Look at this thing. All the mobs, it's just grabbing them. Boom. There you go. It's holding like 6 mobs at a time. That's insane. You might be wondering, well, we get infinite pierce, but I still don't get how this bug is actually useful. And essentially what this thing does is it allows you to stall around and stall an insane amount of Bloons almost infinitely. So even if you don't have a lot of damage, your towers are still going to be able to handle the Bloons just because, well, we're just keeping every single Bloon in place for a very long time. We can actually try it in this run, so I'm just going to go for the Sun Avatar. I just want to watch like these pre-free play rounds first, and then we're going to buy it. But essentially the Sun Avatar by itself is usually not enough, you know, to defeat Chimps mode, but I feel like it is going to be in this run, especially if we just get some ZOMG popping power. Look at this thing. This is like a million, by the way, BFBs, because all of these guys, they're like there are currently 3 BFBs stacked beneath each other, and you can't exactly see all of them, right? But this guy is just holding them back, and it's not only holding back the big Bloons, right, but it's grabbing the small Bloons as well, the leftovers. And look at this thing. Absolutely insane how much pierce we're giving this tower. Yeah, this is not supposed to be happening, guys. Let's watch 76. Is it actually gonna grab all of these ceramics and leftovers? It is grabbing all of them. No, look at how he's throwing them back. No way. You guys remember the 5 BFBs test that we did? Well, 77. Exactly 5 BFBs on this one, plus some Moabs incoming. So let's watch the bug in action. Yes, look at this thing. Exactly as it happened in our sandbox test after we activated it. Exactly the same thing. Nothing is getting past. This is just such a wild bug. But look at this thing. Here comes the ZOMG. So this is the arch nemesis of the giant Condor because it cannot, well, it cannot attack it and it cannot move it back. So this is why why I wanted to get some other damaging towers, and I wanted to get the Elite Defender, by the way. So we're essentially gonna need just some extra damage versus the ZOMGs, and so as long as we pop the ZOMG layer, we get down to BFBs, it is absolutely not an issue because that's when the Giant Condor steps in. So yeah, there we go. Alright, so $55,000, free play is starting in, and how far can we push this thing? How long is the Giant Condor gonna be able to hold everything off by itself until we need to buy some other defensive towers? So far this is 81, and now we're entering territory in which we just have a bunch of like a million mob class balloons. These are all BFBs, and they're actually beefy BFBs. So yeah, we're starting to need a lot more damage, but so far I feel like this guy is just gonna hold everyone off, right? Yeah, absolutely. Look at this Giant Condor go. That is insane. This should not be happening. Let's watch 82 now. 82 is gonna have a bunch of normal BFBs, but behind them we're gonna have some 45 ones. So this is gonna require, I think, a little bit more damage than previously. I think it's time for the Sun Avatar, just because we know that the Giant Condor can hold all of these guys, but we just want to speed up these rounds a little bit. So let's get a little bit of extra damage. Let me get this guy going. Yeah, look at this thing, just absolute stalling. Stall these guys forever, man. This is insane. Okay, let me just go for the jungle jumps to just give this guy a little bit of extra damage, because why not? Yeah, just grab everyone, just keep everyone in place. You also want to minimize, I guess, the flight distance with this Giant Condor. That's also really important because it takes a little bit of time to just grab the balloon and pull it back. So the shorter your flight distance, the more effective this whole thing is gonna be, essentially. So let me actually just use Quincy's level 3 ability just to get a little bit more extra damage going on to these ZOMG. I just want to get rid of the ZOMG layer, and then once we do that, yeah, you guys see what's happening. So all the ZOMGs pop, everyone's being kept in place, and bam, not even close. Alright, so 89, a bunch of 45 balloons, and then we're gonna have the DDTs on 90. So the DDTs are a little bit faster, so maybe there's gonna be a little bit of travel time for the Condor. I'm not sure if it's gonna be able to hold all of them. We obviously know the Pierce is not gonna be a problem, it's just the travel speed. I'm not exactly used to it because I don't use the Condor that much. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove this obstacle here on the left side. Let's just see how we do versus these first initial DDTs, and then we're gonna decide what we're gonna do. Wait a minute, can it not pick up DDTs? Does it need the MIB village for it? Huh, maybe tried picking them up, but it wasn't able to. Maybe like we popped them a little bit too fast. I'm not exactly sure, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this thing anyways, and I wanted to get a glue actually, just so we get a little bit of a slowdown onto these guys. And I'm not gonna be buying the relentless. We're gonna stop at the Moab glue, so go just have it like this. Is 0 to 3. I'm gonna have it set on strong. Yes, 91. By the way, if you guys missed it, there was like a million BFBs. Nope, never mind. Everything's being kept in place. 92 is an interesting one, by the way. This is what's happening on 92, and then we're gonna get a couple of ZOMGs at the back. So everyone's gonna be kept in place so far. And then 93, I want to see what happened with the DTs on 90s. Actually, can we hold them now? Yeah, let's quickly get rid of these guys. So use Quincy's level 3 ability as well, just to get some extra damage going. And I want to see these DDTs now. What is happening with these DDTs? Can we hold them like now? Let's watch. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's actually holding them. I don't think it's gonna be an issue 95, by the way. So wait, can it not like target the lead balloons? Is that this guy's problem? So you need to give it like the MIB, because it does have camo by itself, right? So it has to be that. So yeah, definitely. But we get the MIB village. It's not a problem, especially when you have like a bug tower like this. Absolutely not a problem to afford like this MIB, which we still have like $50,000 left over, and we can do whatever we want essentially. Let's pop the small balloons. You cannot see the BFBs, by the way, because they're all being held in place, but the ZOMGs, we cannot hold these guys. So I'm going to use Quincy's level 3 ability. I'm even going to use the level 10 one. Actually, I think it's time to switch this guy to strong. I'm going to get the elite defender probably. I think it's time, guys. Let's just get some extra ZOMG damage. Yeah, there goes 94. So 95, this is a round that I've been actually really anxious to see how it's going to go, because a lot of DDTs, I don't think, again, there's not going to be a Pierce problem. So as long as we hold these guys, keep them in place, this should be pretty much game over. Yeah, let's see how we do. Oh yeah, not even closer, right? I mean, some of them are kind of trying to take the turn, but they are getting held. And now let's see how it goes with all these new 45 Moabs. Yeah, it's absolutely holding them in place. I don't think there's going to be an issue with this one. Nope. I mean, some of the DDTs, to be fair, they are kind of making it all the way back, but no, the Pierce in this guy is just way too high. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Look at this thing. It's just holding all of these mobs and it's pushing them back. All right, so let's watch 96. 96 is just like an overload of small balloons, and these are the ones that the Giant Condor can actually hold. And the Elite Defender, even though we have it set on strong, it's actually going to transfer onto these ZOMGs, which are behind these BFBs. So it's mainly going to be the Sun Avatar and the Condor just holding all these guys in place. And yes, this is just absolute insanity, guys. Look at this thing. We had like dozens and dozens of these BFBs and small mobs, and everything is just in one spot. And the Sun Avatar is like slowly and methodically just getting rid of everyone, just slowly taking its time. Doesn't have a lot of damage, but everyone's turn is eventually going to come, it seems like, with the Sun Avatar. Yeah, let me use Quincy's level 3, by the way, just so we get rid of the ZOMG layers as usual. And then let's just have the Giant Condor push all these guys back, and there we go. That's insane. All right, now here comes the big one. This is going to be 98. So let's watch this guy just hold all of these 45 BFBs in place, but we do need to get rid of these ZOMGs a little bit faster. So I'm going to use Quincy's level 3 ability, and I'm going to set Quincy to strong just for a second, just so we deal a lot of damage to these ZOMGs. You know what? It might might not even hurt just using the level 10 ability, because why not? I don't think it does too much versus like these mob class balloons. Anyways, all of the ZOMGs have popped, and now look at this thing. Look at how many balloons there are, just grabbing them and throwing them back. No, it threw them back to the start. The round is just starting for some of these balloons. That is absolutely insane. Yep, it's just like, no, you traveled all the way to come to the middle of the map. No, you just go back. It's like 50 balloons that is actually throwing back. That is absolutely wild what this tower can do now. Wow, look at this thing. All right then, so that is the bug giant condor, I guess. That was, I don't know, this is just like, just not supposed to be happening. So is it gonna get fixed in like 46.4? I doubt it. I think that we're gonna have a lot of time to play with this bug as well. Yeah, 45 DDTs, absolutely not gonna be an issue. Just getting health, even though they're a little bit more, I think they actually take up a little bit more pierce, but because we just did the bug a couple of times, it's not gonna be necessary. And with $68,000, what do we do for the bat? Because the bat we cannot hold, the ZOMGs inside we cannot hold, so let's actually get a little bit of extra damage. So how do we end this? With a homeland, which we're gonna trigger. Hopefully the sniper and the sun avatar with the extra damage can take this guy down. And also Quincy, let's use Quincy's level 3 ability. Oh, look at those arrows, by the way, it's really cool. Yes, I don't think we're gonna have any issues in popping the bat there, but we need to pop the ZOMGs a little bit faster. Then as soon as we do, yes, there we go, the giant condor just jumps in, takes all these guys, and that's it. And that is the bug giant condor, guys. This is an insane bug, absolute cheese for the entirety of BT6. And yeah, hope you guys had fun with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.